In this video, I'll be sharing some exclusive information about the replacement to this, the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. If you're watching this video, I'm 100% sure you'll already know all about the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, which is still, after 6 years on market, one of the best ultra high performance tyres you can buy today. The 4S has such a huge amount of popularity online, I get asked almost daily when the replacement for this tyre will be launched. And I'm really happy to say now is that time. Well, sort of. The new tyre we're talking about today is the Michelin Pilot Sport S5. And yes, there is a subtle change in the naming scheme, more on that in a bit. Naturally, the new Pilot Sport S5 builds upon the total brilliance of the Pilot Sport 4S, which has won more tests than any other ultra high performance tyre ever, with the new tyre bringing some significant upgrades. The new technologies in the PSS5 include, but are not limited to, a new wavy summit, which is the precisely controlled undulation of the steel belts under the tread blocks to stiffen the tread pattern for precise steering and handling. I need to breathe, too excited. If you've seen my video about the OE BMW star-marked Pilot Sport 4S, you'll know that this is actually a huge deal, and I really like that tyre. If you haven't seen the video, I've linked it in the description. Worth a watch because it's going to get you very excited. Michelin have also further developed the dual sport tread design. This is a further step forward of how all symmetric performance tyres have been going recently. I am having a large portion of the outside shoulder dedicated to rigid blocks for better lateral dry grip and steering response, with the inside of the tyre having more large longitudinal grooves that flush away water for enhanced wet road traction. The new Pilot Sport S5 also has a new racing-derived compound on the outside shoulder to maximise dry grip on the road or track. Think of this as a further development of the Cup 2 hybrid compound on the star-marked 4S, which I love so much. And it has a new cutting-edge rubber compound on the inside engineered for the best possible wet grip. Finally, the last big change is a new B-design architecture to further improve steering response and handling. While all of these technologies for handling is very exciting, perhaps the best news for most of us is the new PSS5 will have the next generation of premium touch sidewall design for an exceptionally high contrast and deep black aspect on the sidewall. Basically, it should look as good as it performs, which in theory will be outstanding. Very excited. Naturally, the tyre is also evolving with the latest market demands, meaning certain sizes will be available with acoustic foam for lower internal noise, connected sensors, built-in RFID, and of course it will be available in high load for the larger and more powerful hybrid and electric vehicles. In fact, Michelin used the example of the Ferrari F8 Tributo and its replacement, the 296 GTB. The new car might only have a V6 compared to the previous V8, but it has serious electric feel, so it has 50% more torque, another 105 horsepower, taking it up to 805 horsepower, and weighs nearly 100 kilos more. The Michelin Pilot Sport S5 is designed to handle this with absolute ease. As for the name, yes, Michelin has changed the naming convention again. The original directional tyre was the Michelin Pilot Sport, and it was actually the first ever tyre I owned on my first ever car, and probably the main reason I'm so into tyres today, but that is a story for another day. We then moved to the Pilot Sport 2, which was a fantastic sports tyre. But for the following generation, the Pilot Sport 3 pivoted more towards a comfort bias tyre, and the real successor was the Michelin Pilot SuperSport. You must know that tyre. The SuperSport was a hero tyre. Next up, naturally, was the Pilot SuperSport 2. Well, no, that would make too much sense. Michelin actually named it the Pilot Sport 4S, this tyre, which is the tyre we've all known and loved for the past 6 years. So why not the Pilot Sport 5S as we've all been expecting? Well, apart from the fact Michelin like to keep us on our toes, I mean, come on, we've got to work for this, man. We don't get this for free. Michelin's long-term vision is to align all the product naming under 4 pillars. 1, brand, which is of course Michelin. 2, the core product name, which in this case is Pilot Sport. 3, the qualifier performance subgroup, if it exists, in this case S. And 4th, the generation, which in this case is 5. This tyre is the sporty brother of the Pilot Sport 5, Pilot Sport S5. See how that works? If you're like me, you'll also want to know what the S stands for. I've said in previous videos it stands for Sport, which made the previous tyre, this tyre, the Pilot Sport 4 Sport. Turns out I was incorrect. The S actually stands for Super, so I can officially and exclusively announce, in theory, we can all call the new tyre the Michelin Pilot Sport Super 5. But you know what? I'm going to be sticking with S from now on. Or we could stay in denial and call it the PSS 5. I like that. So by now, you must be hyped up for the new tyre, right? More grip, better handling, even sexier sidewall, new name, what's not to like? I know you'll be dying to know when you can buy this for your car. Well, as of right now, you probably can't, sorry, unless you're one of a few OE customers it's launching with this month. Initially, the new tyre is OE only, and I believe the first OE launching this month will be Aston Martin, followed by the likes of Ferrari, Land Rover, Lexus and Porsche. I mean, that's a good bunch of OEs, right? So why is the tyre OE only? The official Michelin statement is as follows. For the short term, our core replacement market offer will remain the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S with both non-marked and marked tyres, while the Michelin Pilot Sport S5 will become the new offer to address new OE programs. At midterm, we plan to replace the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S with a new product. The technical team is already working on new technologies to improve the overall performance of our tyre line. Michelin also reminded me that the Pilot Sport 4S might be getting on in years, but it's still winning tests left, right and centre and one of the best reviewed tyres on the market. So while we are all excited for a new tyre, no one more than me, they're saying the Michelin offering in this segment, this tyre, is still amongst the best. And you know what? As much as I want the new tyre, I can't argue with that. I have been told no timeline for the replacement of the 4S, nor have I officially been told what the tyre will be called. However, with the new S5 appearing in the market as OE, the replacement for this is now a lot closer than it was before. 2023 is gearing up to be another really exciting year for tyres and tyre testing, including my first ultra high performance test with wear testing and worn state testing. You've no idea how complicated and difficult all of that is. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell icon. If you have any questions, please ask below. And as always, safe motoring. And Michelin, please hurry up with the replacement to the 4S, the S5 or whatever you're going to call it in aftermarket. The world is waiting.